Again, welcome everybody. Thank you for joining us tonight for the MBA virtual information session. We appreciate everybody taking time out of their busy schedules to spend it with us on a Thursday evening in November here. The event should take probably around 30 or 40 minutes. This is being recorded. And if anybody has any questions, please feel free to ask. Dr. Mariani and I will do our best to answer. And for anyone who's watching the recording, we'll be providing our contact information at the end, so you can follow up with some additional questions if there's some information that you're looking for. But before we go any further, let me just introduce myself. My name is Tom Kresh. I'm the Director of Graduate Admissions here at Commonwealth U. And again, thank you everybody for joining us. Dr. Mariani, did you want to introduce yourself?
Sure. Hey guys, I'm Dr. Mariani. I'm the MBA Director, and I'm also Associate Professor in the Department of Marketing and Professional Sales. So I want to welcome everybody tonight. This is our virtual information session. I'm going to tell you a little bit about the MBA program. If you have questions as I'm going, please do not hesitate to to ask. Whoops, going a little too fast. Please don't hesitate to ask. Put it in the chat. And Tom, you can interrupt me if it's a pertinent question. I don't
Okay.
know.
Sure thing, I will.
So you might be asking yourself, why an MBA, right? Well, an MBA is the type of degree that can do many things for you. So, and not only asking why an MBA, but maybe why an MBA at Bloomsburg University. It's AACSB accredited, which I don't know if anyone is familiar with here, but it's definitely the gold standard for business degrees. So it's very important when you're seeking out an MBA that you check accreditation, and it is specific to business schools. So we are fully credited with AACSB. Another thing that's great about our program, it's 100% online, and we do also offer some hybrid formats. The classes run, let me see, so you would do semesters. So you would go fall, spring, and summer. And what you would do if you were going full-time, you would do 2 classes in the first 6 weeks and then 2 classes in the last 6 weeks of the semester. So it's really broken up nicely to kind of work with your schedule and what you have going on. If you decide to go the professional or the part-time, you would do 1 class in the first half, 6 weeks, and then 1 class in the last 6 weeks of each semester. It's only 36 credits, and what that means, it's only 12 classes. So it moves really, really quick. I have students come in and all of a sudden I'm like, are you applying for graduation already? So it moves very, very fast. Again, we have the full-time fast track. We also have the part-time, which is the 2-year professional. Now, keep in mind, if something comes up, because I always get this from graduate students, because they might end up getting a really good job, while they're doing their degree. There's always family, right? There's all kinds of things that can happen in life. What's good about our program is you have up to 5 years to complete it. So if you have to take a semester off or something, we're very flexible. We really understand the adult learner, and the different things that you face every day, and we try to always work with that. So although you can complete it within 1 year or 2 years, you do have up to 5 years to complete it. And again, another really good thing about our program is you pretty much could start at any time. So you could start in the fall, the spring, or the summer semester. Sometimes because our semesters are kind of cut in half with the 6 weeks in the first half and the 6 weeks in the last half, you many times, I shouldn't say many times, but at times you can start in that, even if the semester is halfway going. So it's, again, I can't stress the flexibility of the program. And another special thing about an MBA that sets us apart from other master's programs is that we're a fit for any major, right? Because the whole concept behind an MBA program is to provide you with business skills. So we look at all the different functions of business, and you will acquire those skills through your learning. And that can help you with all types of opportunities as you go through life. Our program offers 7 concentrations. And we'll talk about the core and the concentrations in a minute, a little bit more in depth. But basically we have accounting, analytics, and I only have 6 concentrations there. We're coming out with healthcare, that's why. But we have accounting, analytics, general business, leadership and human resources, marketing, and strategic global decisions. Now, general business is very, very unique because each concentration consists of 3 classes. And what's unique about general business is instead of taking 3 specific classes, like 3 specific classes in marketing, you get to take any graduate business electives. And sometimes we're able to also pull in electives from other graduate programs within the university. So it really is a build your own type concentration. These are some of the classes you would take in the MBA core. So we have financial and managerial accounting, financial management, strategic information and technology management, marketing foundations, which is like a digital marketing type class, law, ethics and public policies, operations and supply chain management, data management for business intel, principles of leadership, ethics and professional development, and then there's an MBA practicum and an exit exam. So as you can see from this core, this business core, you really are going to get involved and learn about the many, many areas of business. So it's really, really fabulous core that we have here.
And what's nice,
Mhm.
yeah, and I'm sorry, and what's nice is, again, you're going to get this core, the core business classes, and then also be able to develop the concentration or the area of expertise through one of the tracks. Because otherwise, it's just, again, it's more of just like an interdisciplinary degree. And at the master's level, what you really want to start to narrow down and identifying expertise. So it's nice that you're going to get a little bit of both.
Yes, that is exactly true. And you also get to do one of your classes. It's called an MBA practicum, and that class is just awesome because that's an opportunity for you to basically, you could do a research paper. If you think someday you want to be a professor and go on and do a doctorate degree, you can do a thesis, or you can do an internship, or you can pick one of our other classes that we offer. We offer what we call like special topic classes, like in communications we have one. So it's really that class, you call it your own, and that's something you would meet with me and we would discuss and see where you want to take your your educational track. And then the last thing here is the outcomes assessment. That's for accreditation. It doesn't cost anything. It doesn't count towards your GPA. Any school that has AACSB accreditation has to have some type of assessment exams, and that's something you would take in your last semester at Bloom. So it's a really, really cool and dynamic core. Now, going back to what Tom said about the concentration, so you get this really well-rounded business core, and this is where you now can pick those concentrations. If you choose accounting, you get 3 classes, analytics, you get 3 classes, and so on. And again, we have that, if you're not sure yet, you do the general business, you build your own, you pick things that you like. We have classes in healthcare informatics. We have baseball statistics. We have a lot of neat graduate, kind of what we call general classes that you can choose to build that general business degree or concentration, I should call it. Then we have here the basically the MBA program. We have a practical approach. So again, what does that mean? Well, that means when you do learning, it's very applied. So what's going to happen is, and a lot of this has to do with our faculty, there is going to be a big connection from the work you're doing throughout your MBA to industry. Most of our faculties come from industry or are still in industry doing things like consulting, different areas of business that they're still involved in. So this degree, when you take classes, you are applying concepts. So you're going to learn different tools. So you're not only going to learn theory, but you're going to learn the tools behind that theory. So you're going to learn what we call hard and soft skills. So you're going to learn how to write and communicate and do things like that. But you're also going to understand how to use content calendars or project management systems, Excel sheets, different things like that. So it's a real nice applied type degree. And the whole idea is to carve out great leaders. I mean, that's the end result, right? You want to get out there and you want to maybe be an entrepreneur, maybe you want to lead an organization. So it's there to equip you with these different types of things. Come on.
Well, and Dr. Mariani, so as we talk about the applied approach, and some of the things that students are going to be doing. You mentioned some course embedded projects. I think again, one of the things to highlight here is that you're going to walk away with a better resume too. It's not just the academic credential, right? You're going to walk away with some key resume building opportunities that will, again, not only enhance your next job, but will enhance your career outcomes over the course of, again, for your career too. So this is a good investment.
Exactly. We're going to talk a little bit more about that investment too in a minute. But it does open up a lot of opportunities, like Tom has been saying. But these are some career opportunities you can come across here. And you can see a lot of them are entry level management positions, or maybe you're already out there working and you've been with your employer for a while and you're looking for that advancement. That's what an MBA offers you. It offers you a wide variety of opportunities and business positions. So if you are in a specific field, I know it's becoming very popular in healthcare. Maybe you like healthcare, and you want to be more on the director side of it or the management side of it. Something like that, an MBA is a perfect degree for that. And we're starting to see a lot more of that. People coming from the healthcare industry. We have Geisinger, which is local to us, and they're completing their MBA, and they're getting more future advancement. But you could be a director of human resources, you can be a sales manager, a consultant, just tons and tons of opportunity. And again, you can't forget that career advancement, especially for individuals that have been out there for a while. So,
well, and I'm sorry to interrupt, Dr. Mariani, but a lot of those, those careers, or a lot of those jobs, the minimum expectation, the minimum qualification to unlock that career potential is a master's degree. You've got to have it. That again, that doesn't, having the MBA doesn't guarantee you're going to get there, but again, it's the minimum qualification you need in order to be considered for one of those upper tier or management level roles in business.
Yes, and it will get you there faster too with the MBA. Yes, absolutely. So this is just a little bit of supporting data. You can find this on the internet, so it's nothing I'm just putting out there. But I think it's important to know. We have a lot of different organizations that kind of oversee what MBAs are doing. Not only in the United States, but throughout the world. But they were saying that some of the median annual base starting salaries for a fresh MBA can be as high as $115,000. Now, of course, it depends on industry, even depends on what part of the country you're in, right? If you're in New York City, you're going to start off pretty well, right? Because of cost of living. But these are some of the mean salaries that are coming in each year for someone with an MBA degree, which is amazing. And again, this is also supported by the Forte Foundation. What's very unique about an MBA, and I know this for a fact because I see this with students and just colleagues, 3 to 5 years, you're able to advance so quickly. So even if you come in, say you come in, maybe 80,000, 90,000, somewhere around there, within 3 to 5 years, the possibilities of making $150,000 are very, very realistic, right? Because we know experience, different things impact all these types of numbers. But again, these are the mean values, right? So this is what's out there. This is the data. The numbers tell, what's happening. We also, another very unique thing about an MBA over other master's degree is demand. And if anyone knows in marketing, that's my background. Demand's very important. And right now there's a very, very high demand for MBA degrees, or people, who have obtained their MBAs and are looking for work. So that's another thing to keep in mind. It's nice to get a very, a good degree and a reputable degree, AACSB accredited degree, all those things are great, but it's even better when you have demand. So when you graduate, that outlook's there. And this outlook's from 2022, and it's going to continue through 2023. So really amazing opportunities. And there's more research supporting that salaries are going to go even higher, right? There's cost of living, there's all kinds of things going on out there. So the trend is for people who obtain MBAs is going up. It's nowhere, going in reverse. Now, some of our alumni, I mentioned we have some at Geisinger, and these are local. to our area. So if you're looking to stay in our area, we have alumni all throughout the United States, but we have some at Cardinal Health, Travelers Insurance, Aventic, IEEE, Morgan Stanley. So our alumni, as you can see, the variety that's here, they end up everywhere. There's opportunity everywhere for them. So it's something to keep in mind. Again, you have that amazing degree, you have all that knowledge of the functions of business, so you're well equipped, and then you're getting into an environment, I should call it, that has demand for those degrees.
Well, and Dr. Mariani, too, on the previous slide, it does also display the career variability, right? Where you can see people working in a number of not only fields, but a number of different roles.
Yep.
So regardless of what your undergrad degree is, regardless of what your current career is, the MBA program is not only going to complement the things you've done, build on your previous academic and professional experience, but it'll also help you either move into a different area. If you're thinking, I'm here, but I want to, like, I'm in sales, but I want to go to marketing, right? Or I'm in finance, but I'm thinking maybe I want to get into accounting. It can help you make a transition. So it will, again, open up some additional doors that without the MBA is not going to be a possibility.
Mm-hmm. And also, I'll even add to that, maybe you're a middle manager, and this can now also make you go vertically up in your company too.
Right.
I mean, you could go horizontally too, but you
right.
can go vertically up and get a more senior position. So that's definitely another thing to keep in mind too. That it creates a lot of opportunity.
And my guess is that's probably the majority of people is they like where they're at, they like the role, but they're looking to take on a management position, and they know that they're going to need basically the knowledge that you would acquire in our MBA program is what they need to get to that next level. And going up is probably the direction as opposed to horizontal. But again, the MBA, you'd be probably hard pressed to find a more diverse MBA or a diverse master's program than an MBA. So it's going to open up a lot of options.
Yeah, you won't. A master's is specifically to an area of study. I will say 98% of the time, because I'm sure there's always a caveat out there. So a master's program really is towards that. So if you're going into marketing, that master's program is geared towards marketing. You won't find much of all the different functions of business, and it's more for someone that wants to go into marketing too. So that's something to keep in mind. So absolutely correct with that. So, online application process, it is simple. You can apply and do everything 100% online. There's an application you'll complete. All we need is your official transcripts to be sent to us. And like I said, you can do all of this electronically. A resume, we would like that. Letters of recommendation, we request 3 letters of recommendation. Again, it's something that you do through our online portal system. So you're going to provide an email. We'll reach out to them, and then they can upload their letters, or they can type directly into it. So it's a simple process. Letters of recommendations, I always get all kinds of questions. Just people who know you, maybe a coach, maybe a professor, maybe someone, a friend of the family, someone you worked for or work with, your company. They can be a variety, they can come from a variety of different areas. Another thing is we do require GMAT or GRE, one or the other. We have waivers, okay? So we have a 3.4 as an entry, and we also have a 3.0, okay? So what does that mean? So if you have a 3.4 GPA, all that means is you're an automatic admit. You go right in. If you have a 3.0, you'll get admitted. It's just we're gonna have a talk. We're gonna get to know each other a little bit, see what you like to do, and then we make sure that we set you up for success. So when it comes to the GRE and GMAT waiver, if you have below the 3.4 and you're hovering between a 3.0 and a 3.4, talk to me. Reach out to someone in admissions. They'll reach out to me. And like I said, we'll have a conversation. We always work with students because we want the best for you. So I know that's sometimes a hang up. Don't let it be one. Okay, I promise you. The other thing is a statement of career goals. Again, this is another question I get. Basically, why do you want to obtain an MBA? What does your future look like? What do you think the MBA will do for you? Different things like that. So again, don't complicate it. talk about yourself. I love reading them because I get to know who you are and just kind of, what will this degree help and do for you?
And Dr. Mariani, in the statement of goals, do you have any additional details? Maybe how long should it be? Bullet pointed? Are you thinking something that's more written like a personal narrative? Any kind of prompt
I like
recommendations?
personal narratives. That's
Okay.
me. I like a page, because I'd like to learn a little bit about maybe what your degree is, where you're going, what's your path.
Mhm.
But don't treat it as like an APA paper or something like that. I
Right.
want to know who you are, and that's what I'm looking for when I read those. I really enjoy them. Tell me about your hobby. Tell me, then how the MBA, you feel that it's a good thing for your future. But there's no, how would I say, rule of how it should be as far as.
Okay. All right. Good to know. Thank you.
Mhm. And that's it. And that's my contact information. You have my phone number there and my email. Either one, you'll get right to me. We also have Tom's here, his contact information there. Now I'm just curious if anyone has any questions about the program or the concentrations or anything like that.
So there's no questions yet, but I do have, I know one of the questions that I get frequently from students who are interested in the MBA program is, so the classes, so they're either talking a hybrid format or they're online. When are classes normally offered? Are they in the evening? Are they during the day? Generally, what's
So,
the
yeah.
average schedule look like?
So online format is asynchronous. So you will complete those classes within that six week period on your own with the guidance of a professor in the class. Each class that is asynchronous will have specific due dates. So if something's due, say on Friday, you can basically take the whole week to do that assignment. Okay, so if I say I start, I'm in week one, I read my readings, I have my assignment, that assignment's due Friday. As long as you have it in by the due date, you're good. Okay, then that's pretty much how they work. If for some reason you need a little bit more clarification on homework or something, all our professors are here to help you. We have office hours, so you can come in, they'll work with you one on one during office hours. It's just a great, it's a good experience. So you shouldn't feel any pressure or anything like that. And we have Tyshawn here who can tell us about our what our classes are like the online.
And Tyshawn is a grad assistant in the MBA program right now. And Tyshawn, actually, I'm glad you're here because I have a question for you. So, my first question is, what was your undergrad degree in? And you had a lot of grad program options. Why did you pick the MBA program?
Okay, so my undergrad was in sociology, and then I had a minor in psychology. So it's like a different world. But when I was looking through my options as far as like a master's program, um, I just looked for like the solid programs that we had here. I wanted to stay at Bloom, so going to something that could really be an asset for me, like moving forward after I was done playing football and being in school. So it was just the research of how good our program is here, the success rate, and then me just looking at the outlook for an MBA in general. I knew that our program would be something that could be beneficial for me, be ideal for me, situationally, as far as like financially and as like what you get out of the program as well.
Mhm.
Just talking with one of my teammates had graduated the year before out of the program. So I got some good insight from him as well. And then when I was able to meet Dr. Mariani and then talk about everything as far as like what I was getting myself into when I was going through the admissions process, I felt like it was a good decision.
So, Tyshawn, you're on the football team. You're a grad assistant, and you're a grad student all at the
Yeah.
same time. So you're a busy guy. It sounds like.
Yeah.
So, do you have any specific career aspirations? What concentration are you in right now?
So mine was management. When I
Okay.
it was management. So as far as career, I want to still be in athletics. So
Okay.
hopefully I'll be able to be management for like an NFL team at some
Okay.
point. But as far as like starting out, I was hoping to do like player engagement or player relationships and like the college level.
Mhm.
start there and then just be able to work my way up into like a management position.
And again, that just shows the variability of the options that you have as you're looking. You know, there's it's only going to open doors. Now, there are a couple questions that we have here. I think these are for Dr. Mariani. How common are the GMAT exceptions?
They're pretty common. If you have over a 3.0, my bird in the background, if you have over a 3.0, we'll make an exception for sure. So
Okay.
what I would say is definitely come and speak to me. Don't, feel shy or anything. Just send me an email, reach out to me, and we'll take a look. I'll tell you what we need to do.
Excellent. And if you apply now to begin this summer, so the summer of 2023, when should you expect to hear back about your application status?
They're pretty fast. I would say it's all different, but I would say in a couple of weeks to a few weeks, you'll know. If you have applied and for some reason you haven't heard anything, again, I know it sounds silly, you can reach out to myself or Tom, and then we'll find out the status of your application. Because occasionally we'll get in a fluctuation, is that a word, of applications.
It is now.
I know, at 7:30 at night, of applications, and and we can find out where it is in the funnel as it's going through. So if you did apply, just let us know. But we're pretty good. We get back to you pretty quickly.
So, Tyshawn, right now, what's your favorite class been so far?
I would say it was either digital marketing with Dr. Mariani,
okay,
or marketing management, which is a class that I'm in right now.
Dr.
With
Tanner.
Dr. Tanner. So, yep.
Nice. So now, I guess what are some of the things that you've done in those classes? Like, what kind of projects have you been working on? Can you speak a little bit about, like, you walk into class? Is it lecture? Is it you're working on group projects? Is it presentations? Just to try to explain a little bit about what to expect in a program like this.
I feel like it's a good mix of like all of that you just stated. Like the projects, the lecture is not too heavy, and like the group projects. And the best part that I think our classes have is just like the application. So it's not just like the teacher just like throwing all of this material at you. Mm-hmm. You're able to use it, and then like they put you in like scenarios. I know, especially in Dr. Mariani's digital marketing class, she put us in like different scenarios where we were able to use like the stuff that she talked about in lecture to actually apply it to like the projects, which were like actual projects that you could possibly be doing, like as someone who's working in marketing. So it just gives you like experience while you're doing it as work. And I feel like that just gets you like comfortable with like using those skills and building those skills and learning as well.
So, Tyshawn, how has the transition been from being a sociology and psych undergrad to a completely different discipline in business in the MBA?
It was easier than I thought it was going to be, honestly.
Okay. He's smart. He's a good writer too. I'm gonna
that's like one of the skills that I'm really grateful for out of like the sociology and psychology. Just learn how to read and write,
right?
And then you carry that over into like a business environment, and then it's like now I'm like I haven't had the same like undergraduate classes as everybody else,
right?
But just like with the work ethic and just trying to be meticulous about everything, you start to pick up on like what it is as far as like the different classes. But I feel like it's been a solid transition because the professors have been able to work with me. Because I know that like my background, it really isn't in business, but I feel like I've been doing well. The transition, it's been smooth.
But you said something key there. It's the professors. They're very understanding and open. And that's what's awesome about our program. I can't say enough about all the professors. They're just amazing.
They're great. And then they also give us the opportunity to work with other people a lot in class. So it's a lot of group work. Just being able to be like interpersonal and being able to communicate with people and being able to be a part of a team.
Right.
One of the greatest skills that we learn as far as like MBA in general. So that's like
And that's building leadership skills. I mean,
Yeah, sure.
one of the key things about leadership is you're not doing that in a vacuum. You're doing that with other people, right? So
Right.
if you don't have that background or those opportunities to kind of hone those skills, you're not going to read books about leaders and then instantly become a leader, right? Like you've got to have a chance to practice what you learn, right? So that's why, for those people who are recently or have recently finished their undergrad degree, there was probably a good chance that you spent a good amount of your time in courses that were taught lecture style. The MBA program is going to be very different, right?
Yeah.
It's going to be way more engaging. The expectations that you come, you're ready to talk about some of the readings, some of the homework, some of the projects. It's way more hands-on and applied. So you're walking away not only with that academic credential, but with a better resume, right? So that's nice to know. And I think, Tyshawn too, for someone who has an undergrad degree that's different than business, it also can be, again, you come with a different skill set too. So for anyone in the audience who might not have a degree in business, that there's advantages to that too, right? And I think the fact that we've got faculty too that recognize that, hey, we're trying to build future business leaders. We don't care where they come from. What their academic, what their major was before they got here. Everyone's got skills. We want to build on those skills, not make you hit the reset button and start all over again. So that's, to me, the big benefit of the Bloomsburg MBA program. Yeah, for sure. Any other questions from the group? And if not, that's okay. We hit you with a lot of information here. And obviously, Dr. Mariani, myself, Tyshawn, we're available pretty frequently. Now, I don't know. Tyshawn sounds like he's pretty busy, so he might not have as much time as Dr. Mariani and I. But if you've got any other final questions, we'd love to hear them. And if not, we'll hang out here in case you think of something as we're waiting. Oh, and Tyshawn, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. I just wanted to touch on like the concentrations. Like if you haven't already, a lot of people might say how is a concentration beneficial? Like rather than like a traditional just like management MBA. And I know like Dr. Mariani and I talked a lot about it with our other GA Tristan. Just having that like concentration allows you to like focus on like the area that you might want to go into as far as like business. But the skills that you learn as far as like leadership and being able to communicate and how to work with a team and everything like that, it like translates no matter what the concentration is, whether it be like accounting or marketing, management, anything like that. So I feel like that just gives everybody a chance to like dive in deeper to whatever it is that they want out of like an MBA program, which I think is very beneficial compared to maybe the traditional MBA that we have offered in the past.
Right, where it's more interdisciplinary. Yeah, it's nice having the concentration to be able to be like, all right, I know I want to go in this area. Yeah. So I'm going to have a core set of classes and academic understanding to get in that direction. I don't know, Tyshawn, you said you're thinking you might want to like work in the front office. You might be, you sound like a marketer to me. I don't know.
I love marketing.
I don't know.
Got that psychology minor. I forget what is it, the minor? Oh my goodness.
Yeah. It's like,
I don't know.
I love marketing though. I do love marketing.
He's gonna
I don't know.
Forget me when I'm old.
Love marketing.
Hearing you talk, like, I don't know that. That's a marketer there. I don't know.
Our program gives you like, it lets you touch in all of the different concentrations if you're being honest, like with the curriculum of like the different courses that you have to take.
The core, yes.
Yeah. So the core classes, the core classes, you get to touch in all parts of business.
Yeah.
So, like taking like the marketing class, I'm like, maybe I like this more. Maybe I love this course.
Well, and that was one of the things we had mentioned too, is that with the concentrations and just the nature of our MBA program is you might have come in thinking I want to do this one thing. But by being exposed to this other area, it's like, oh, you know what? Actually, I might actually want to do that. And now the MBA provides the bridge for you to go laterally to make a change. It's going to open up that opportunity.
Yeah, that's one of the best parts because you never really fall behind even if you want to make that transition because like the core classes are still counting towards the overall thing. That's why like a master's program being so specific, you know.
So in Tyshawn, we have a question for you from Estefania. Tyshawn, what is the difference between being a grad assistant versus a normal grad student? I genuinely don't know, but I heard you were called a grad assistant. And that's a good question, Estefania. And I'll let Tyshawn answer that. And I've got some follow-up.
Yeah, so as a grad assistant, I've been able to work with Dr. Mariani like the past couple of semesters. With everything about the program, she has so much on her plate. So it's like just being able to help her with anything from like things like this, or helping other students learn how to like apply for graduation and
Marketing.
yeah,
Yeah, doing a lot of
for
marketing.
graduation. We bring
Assessment. Oh my
yep,
goodness. We did a lot when you think about it.
we have
Yeah.
brainstorming like
Yeah.
different type of exit assessments and things like that for our program. Trying to like revamp our missions statement
Oh
and
yeah, that's
our,
right. I even forgot that one.
our program goals. So it's just like being able to spend a lot of time talking to her about the program. So I'm just
the good part is you get paid a little bit too.
Right.
Yeah, that
First.
Well, and
library. No, I'm only kidding.
so, and just to provide a little bit of background, so a grad assistant in a grad program, there are different things. So, or I should say, a grad assistant and a grad student. So, a grad assistantship is a part-time job on campus where you work normally up to about 20 hours per week, and in return, the university pays for part of your tuition and provides a paycheck, right? And it's a great opportunity. We have tons of grad assistants on campus and grad assistantship opportunities. And it's not only in academic areas. We have 2 or 3 GAs in our office and admissions. There's grad assistants in almost every department on campus. And Estefania, I see that you had a follow-up question. How do you apply to be a grad assistant? If you go to the bloomu.edu/grad school, okay, and you scroll down a little bit, you're going to see a big block that says information on graduate assistantships, and there's a lot more details there. The other thing I'll do is let me drop my contact information in the chat too. So Estefania, if you wanted to follow up with me, I could get you some additional details there. And that goes for anybody, who's joining us here.
And then Jennifer, I think, has a question.
Yes, Jennifer. If you were accepted for winter or summer, what happens next? Did you want to take that one, Dr. Mariani, or do you want me to?
Sure. So if winter, we don't really accept in winter. We sometimes offer classes over winter. So if you mean fall time, once you're accepted, you're going to get a letter from admissions, and they're going to tell you that I'm your advisor. And they'll give you a couple of key things that you need to do, like you're going to get a My Husky account. You're going to get an account where your online courses would be. And then pretty much the best thing to do is to reach out to me, because a lot of times I'll sit down and register you for your first classes, set of classes and different things like that. So once you get accepted, you should receive a letter. And who asked the question again? Who was it?
That was Jennifer.
I don't know. Jennifer, have you applied to the program, or
let me see.
Maybe not.
And Jennifer, and that's okay. And if you're still kind of thinking, that's something we can follow up on.
Yeah, but it's real simple. Once you go through the application process.
Jennifer was admitted, so congratulations, Jennifer.
Woo! We need the streamers. Okay, Jennifer, so you're going to send me an email. You should have got a letter. If you didn't get a letter for some reason, if it just happened like yesterday or the day before, but you should get some type of email. So check your spam and different things like that. If you don't get anything, say by Monday, just reach out to me, and then I'll figure out where it's at, okay?
Yeah, it normally takes about a week.
Yeah.
Normally takes about a week.
Oh, that's it. Okay, so good, Jennifer. So send me an email so we can set up a time to register for classes. So you're starting in spring, I'm figuring? Yes, Okay, what was your concentration? Well, welcome to the program. This is really cool.
Yeah, congratulations. That's awesome.
What was your concentration, Jennifer? Leadership and Human Resources. Okay, so we got to get you registered then. So send me over an email and we'll get that taken care of, okay?
And Dr. Mariani, could you put your contact info or your email in the chat?
Let's see here if I can work this thing. Okay. I'm not used to the little box popping up.
And before we sign off, Dr. Mariani, Tyshawn, you guys have any parting advice for the people who joined us tonight?
Tyshawn, you go first.
All right, here we go. I had to figure out how to get this back on. And advice as far as like the admissions process, or
yeah, or what if you were a prospective student, what should you be doing right now to help make your decision?
Just trying to figure out like what it is that you want to get from the program. Looking at mission statements and like program outcomes and things like that, so that you know like what you're getting yourself into. You got to be able to fit into the program and find things that's going to be beneficial for you. The leadership skills, the professional development, being able to network, the teamwork, everything that you get to like accomplish in an MBA program is something that'll be lifelong. And I believe you just have to find the right fit. I feel like our program is great though, especially with the addition of these concentrations. And then I feel like the professors that we have here are great people. They know what they're talking about. They're able to help you with everything that you need. So I feel like it's just an ideal situation.
Great, thank you, Dr. Mariani.
Yeah, and I'll just add, like, take a risk. You know, and like Tyshawn said, you know, definitely kind of know what you want to do. I mean, you have to at least say to yourself, okay, I want to advance my career. I want to get a good salary. You know, I know I'm going to spend one more year in school. I think if you have all that foundation there, take the risk and make it happen. You'll have a ton of support here with our university, a ton of support. I can't say enough about, you know, just everyone, all the professors, the staff, everybody. So that would be my best advice. Just, I think, know what you want to do and then just take that jump, take the leap.
And, yeah, go ahead, Tyshawn.
The other thing that I wanted to say, just like a little testimony, I was one of those students that Dr. Mariani talked about that was under the 3.4. And I was in a different major during undergrad. So it was like maybe the odds were stacked against me, but I still decided to go through and take the risk. And I feel like my statement, like the statement of goals and everything like that, and just talking with her about taking the GMAT test, getting the scores back and everything, just taking that leap of faith. It panned out well. So I just encourage everyone, like, even though you may be under that 3.4, to still, you know, just take that leap, like she said. So I'll piggyback on that. Yeah.
Definitely.
Great. Thank you. So everybody, thank you so much for joining us. We look forward to hearing from everybody in the future. And again, if you've got any questions, please do not hesitate to contact us. We work for you throughout the course of this process, and we're happy to do so. So if there's anything we can do, you know, please let us know. And hope everybody has a great night. Thank you.
Have a great night, everybody.